19 years ago today, one of the most tragic events in modern American history occurred when 3,000 plus people died in senseless acts of you know what. That's all I'm going to say right there. And so many first responders, had their lives affected, putting their lives on the line to try and save whoever they could, dig through the rubble for days on end. Friends and family not knowing who they lost or who they didn't lose. It just was so fucking tragic. I can't even put into words how it was. But regardless of race, color, creed, gender, people were banding together to do what they could. They were banding together as true human beings would do, not just true Americans. That's what the human spirit is uniting regardless of any of those factors. We are human beings first, and that's what it comes down to, and that's something we need to remember. And this was a big wake-up call, and hopefully we can remember that, because 9/11 taught us a lot. It was fucking tragic. Now, I'm John Retlin with my review of WWE Smackdown 2 weeks ago till the Clash, and this wasn't very good, wasn't very interesting. So, Heyman talks about Jey Uso, does the usual stick, Reigns is there. At the Clash of the Champions, good line there. Jey Uso's here, talks about getting a shot. Reigns says, well, this is your moment, but it's not going to be your moment at the Clash. It has to stay on my shoulders to help the family. That's pretty much what it is. It's all about family. Corbin's here to say, hey, we're going to pull this string, but he's a Bela Lugosi fan, apparently. If you saw Ed Wood, you'll fucking get it. I actually forget what line that was in the original Ed Wood movies, but I do know that it was, referenced in Ed Wood, which was a fan-fucking-tastic movie, by the way. Tim Burton was really, really good in that, or, really good directing that, by the way, and Johnny Depp was fucking amazing as Ed Wood. And then Sheamus is here to talk about beating up Big E, and Jay says, hey, let's have a tag match. It's blood versus butt mud. Something he actually said. I mean, maybe I misheard that, but I think he said butt. That was kind of weird. And then we get Sammy being upset about Jeff versus Styles for the Intercontinental Championship, and they have that match. And Sammy interrupts before and is escorted out of the building by security and Adam Pearce. 1 minute in, we go to break. And then Sammy attacks AJ soon afterwards, a few minutes afterwards, after Styles has been focusing on the legs, because the security in WWE is not very good, especially when handling the group known as Retribution. But fortunately, they are on Raw. Only causing anarchy on Monday nights makes no goddamn sense. They shouldn't be there at all. Jeff then missed the 12th step up the ramp and apparently had dehydration and a bad leg. I'm not sure how you connect those two. If he was dehydrated, I hope he's actually okay. I don't think he was. It was a bit of a weird thing to say that. Okay, he has a bad leg. Why the dehydration? You should make sure you hydrate before a wrestling match. Then Styles is irritated. Let's have a triple threat match at the Clash, I think is what they're basically going to go with. And then Cesaro and Nakamura are there. Street Profits interrupt because of the whole brand-to-brand invitational supremacy thing or whatever the fuck draft. I have no idea. Profits used to be entertaining. I've really done a fucking 180, and they've been annoying for about the past, I would say, almost a year. Montez is very good. Angelo Dawkins is good as well, but it's just, their whole shtick is just fucking irritating me. And even Nakamura looks like he's kind of checked out, even though he looks like he's having fun. There's Cesaro, and, well, they're going to watch the party room while Cesaro and Nakamura go face team, do a good lucha thing. And then Sammy's attacked by Jeff when Sammy enters the training room. And Kalisto and Metalik versus Cesaro and Nakamura. So the match is fine. Profits distract by showing the party that they're having in the room with Drew Gulak and a whole bunch of other people. And Cesaro and Nakamura are so distracted by this, the most devastating maneuver in all of professional wrestling, surprise roll-up hit by Metalik 1, 2, 3. Cool. Whatever. Then they go back there and Team Do a Lucha thing does, and they celebrate with the Profits and confetti falls. What the fuck? Where'd the confetti come from? Was there a blimp up there? Did somebody just cut open some kind of frickin' balloon? What the hell's going on? Why was there confetti there? Anyway, Bayley then explains herself after a lot of recaps of something that should have happened months ago. But I get why they waited this long. Look, the Bayley-Sasha storyline has entertained some people. It entertained me for a while, and then I fucking lost it, and I stopped caring. That being said, Bayley delivered a good promo here. She went over the brief history with Sasha. Well, she went over the history, but made it brief, and then said, well, you wanted to be by my side, and, it's like I used you, and you're useless to me, and Bayley then blasts Nikki from behind when she comes down for a four-way. And then In Your Face Raw. Moving on from that. Tamina versus Alexa versus Nikki versus Lacey, four-way contenders match. Where's Naomi? Are they going to move her to Raw in the draft and then forget about her in a month? I'm not saying Naomi's my favorite wrestler, but fucking hell, use her better. They barely used her at all since this year started. I mean, it's just fucking stupid. After that great return at the Rumble, they've intermittently used her, and it's just so fucking bizarre. Lacey trying to take down Tamina because she knows what the Snuka family does to women. And then Nikki gets hit with the Fister Abigail, not the Sister Abigail, as we head to the break. And I have defended Lacey before, and Lacey hits a hell of a goddamn moonsault, but she really hasn't improved all that much, and this match was awkward. Tamina, by the way, is really fucking bad in the ring. Really fucking bad. Back to break, and Alexa left, so now it's a triple threat. And that moonsault was really good. That moonsault is really good by Lacey. It's so goddamn awkward. And dreaded roll up for 3. Cool, Nikki gets a victory. She's facing Bayley in a match that we did not need to see a repeat of. Who's the blonde in the heels? Probably Carmella. If it's Carmella, great. Okay, one of my friends said, hey, for her to hit her 10 super kicks of doom. Bold of them to assume that Carmella can count that high. Otis with Tucker versus Morrison and Miz on commentary. Morrison, is in the ring. I hope he got paid well by WWE and is getting paid like, at least I'd say $1.5 million or something like that, because they have fucking used him badly since he's come back. He has been used really fucking badly. We think at one point, Cole says the line, Johnny Drip Drip is about to become Johnny Drop Drop. And let me just say right now, Michael Cole's one of the worst commentators I've ever heard. One of the worst fucking long-term commentators. Vader Bomb pins him for 3. Miz had stolen the briefcase at this time, the lunchbox briefcase. And then Otis shows Tucker that he didn't actually steal the proper one. Not being able to open a briefcase properly is the most believable thing here, because I believe Otis would struggle to do that. Otis just is an entertaining character. I'm not saying he's a bad human being, but just, I don't fucking care. Miz gets an apple core more and more. Who's your friend? It's Morrison. It's Morrison. That rhyme didn't really work. And in the funhouse, there's some parrot dead in the box because he forgot to cut air holes in it. Here's Vince Puppet. He's bringing somebody in to help the funhouse. It's Wobbly Walrus. Teeth sticking out like Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn deserves to be endlessly mocked and chased out of the goddamn company into a wood chipper for all I care, because Kevin Dunn's a goddamn idiot. I admit I laughed at that, but I'm over the funhouse thing. We then get Sheamus and Corbin versus Jey Uso and Reigns. Reigns shows up eventually after Jey Uso gets beat up and then does all the work, and then Reigns tags in, hits a spear, and gets a victory. And then they're holding the title up on the stage and everything. They're holding that up. And Reigns is looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? That's about it right there. That's pretty much it for SmackDown. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.